Have you ever heard a voice that shouldn't exist anymore? A whisper that comes not from the living world, but from somewhere far, far beyond. Tonight's story is about a man whose final words didn't end with his death. Somehow he managed to speak from beyond the grave. This chilling tale begins in the quiet, unassuming town of Ashburn, back in 1986. A retired radio technician named William Hartman lived a simple, solitary life in an old house on the edge of the countryside. He was known as a man of precision, obsessed with sound, frequencies, and the clarity of voices. Even after retiring, he spent countless hours in his basement workshop, surrounded by a jungle of wires, tinkering with antique radios and complex tape recorders. His goal was to capture signals from across the world, but neighbors often said they heard him talking, not to anyone nearby, but to the static itself, as if having a conversation with the noise between stations. One stormy night, a powerful tempest knocked out the power in all of Ashburn for hours. When the lights finally flickered back on, William's house remained ominously dark. A concerned neighbor, a man named Mr. Cole, decided to go check on him. What he found would haunt him for the rest of his life. William was collapsed beside his beloved work table, his hand still clutching a microphone. Beside him, an old reel-to-reel tape recorder was still running, its spools turning silently in the dim light. The coroner later confirmed that William had died of a sudden heart attack, but the tape, it was still spinning. At first, no one paid it much mind. His death, while tragic, seemed peaceful enough for a man of his age. But weeks later, when Mr. Cole returned to help clear out William's belongings, he found that very same tape. It was still sitting on the machine, marked with a simple label written in William's meticulous handwriting, Test Frequency 13. Curiosity, a powerful and sometimes dangerous thing, got the better of him. He brought the tape home, dusted off his old player, and pressed play. At first, all he heard was exactly what he expected: noise. The familiar crackle and hiss of static. The faint, low hum of electricity. He was about to turn it off, but then a voice emerged from the chaos. It was faint, trembling, but utterly unmistakable. "If anyone hears this, don't come here. Don't open the door." Mr. Cole froze, his blood running cold. It was William's voice, as clear as day. But what made this truly impossible, truly disturbing, was the timestamp embedded in the recording. The moment William spoke those words was logged as 2 full hours after the official time of his death. The police were called in to investigate. Their initial theory was simple. It had to be a playback error, perhaps an accidental recording loop from an earlier session, but they examined the tape meticulously. There were no splices, no edits, no signs of tampering whatsoever. The recording was continuous, unbroken from start to finish. Perplexed, they brought in audio experts to analyze the mysterious recording. Most dismissed it, suggesting it might be residual sound waves imprinted on the tape, or maybe strange interference from overlapping radio signals during the storm. But one expert, a respected sound engineer from a nearby university, proposed something far more chilling. He had isolated the frequencies of William's voice and noticed bizarre background sounds that didn't match the environment of the basement where William had died. There were distinct noises of howling wind, rhythmic footsteps on what sounded like gravel, and the faint, echoing chime of distant bell sounds that no one in Ashburn had heard on that quiet, stormy night. Even stranger, the voice didn't stop there. It continued for several minutes, speaking in short, desperate bursts, as if struggling to communicate through a thick, suffocating fog. The words were fragmented, laced with terror. "It's dark here, I can see them. They're waiting." Then, a few moments later, another burst. The static. "It's not noise. It's alive." His final, chilling message was a plea. "Tell them, I'm still here." And then, complete and total silence. News of the recording spread through the town like wildfire. People began calling it the Hartman tape. It became a local legend, attracting paranormal investigators, journalists, and hardened skeptics, all clamoring for a chance to listen. The reactions were divided. Some heard only the desperate, gasping final words of a dying man. But others, those who listened closer in the dead of night, claimed to hear other voices, faint whispers that seemed to respond to William, saying things like, "Come closer, and you're not supposed to speak." Within a few months, the story attracted unwanted attention. The tape was abruptly confiscated by a private research group, a shadowy organization that claimed it was for advanced scientific study. After that, the original tape was never heard by the public again. Mr. Cole later recounted that men in black suits came to his home, took the original recording and left him with a stern warning, "Don't talk about this again." But he did. Years later, in a late-night radio interview, he broke his silence. His voice, aged but firm, resonated with conviction. "I don't care if they believe me or not," he said. "All I know is, that wasn't just a man dying on that tape. That was a man who was somehow stuck between here and there, using the only way he knew how to try and warn us." Even today, the legend of the Hartman tape lingers in Ashburn. Locals say that on stormy nights, when the electricity flickers and the world grows quiet, you can sometimes pick up strange signals on old, forgotten radio frequencies. A faint, static-filled voice, whispering the same haunting words, "Don't open the door." No one knows where it comes from. No one can ever trace the source. But one thing is certain. William Hartman's last experiment may have opened a channel he could never close. And maybe, just maybe, he's still trying to speak through it, lost somewhere in the static. Thanks for listening. If you find stories like this fascinating, be sure to subscribe for more mysteries from the edge of our reality. Because some voices don't fade with time, they just find a new frequency.